Good morning. Fun packed day yesterday. A few green screens and a good live chat webinar. So let's look through some of the plays yesterday. This one taking on Ghent against Club Brugge. Low liability. Didn't get anything out of that one. Almere and Twente, again taking on Twente, just based on the in-play stats for Almere. If you were at the live chat webinar, you saw their first half stats. They dominated the match, but they are the poorer side. So what you do, dip your toe in, see whether they can actually turn that solid first half performance into at least a goal. Not to be, but again, low liability. Brighton and Forest, well worth doing. However you approach this, taking on the 2-2 late on, I was already in profit, £47 profit. I decided to lay the late draw at 1.06 as it was a 2-2 and Brighton did score a late win against Man United. But as you can see, when you've already got a green screen, you just sacrifice a little bit of profit to really boost the returns from 47 to 97 if we get that errant late goal. But it was a 2-2 City yesterday. EIF in Guineaston. Just a reminder going into these lower tiers and the break in the Veikkausliiga from Championship and relegation group. These are two relegation group teams. The form lines don't continue on from the season proper. Celtic, Falkirk. This is a possible strategy we have here. So what I did with Celtic and Falkirk, decided to go into the first half goals market here. This is, I believe, first half goals, indeed. Because Celtic were a goal down to Falkirk. Now, amazingly, you could have backed... I think you could have backed +1 at evens. Sorry, over 1.5 first half goals at evens, which is just ridiculous for a 1.06 favourite. This came after the second goal. I decided to cash out in experimental mode with the overs. But I think we might be onto something. I did quite an amazing over here. Over 6.5 goals actually came in. I only did it as a trading avenue. Backing at 5.4 over 6.5 goals for a 1.06 shot. Well worth a go. Look at that return, £86. Now you only get these additional plays in the live chat webinar because they're a little riskier. So if you don't attend the live chat webinar, you potentially miss out on £86 profit. Everton and Sunderland, another excellent call in the first half goals market. As you can see, something I looked at yesterday, another £80, backing over 2.5 goals in the first half goals market at 5.1. Why? Everton under 21, Sunderland under 21 is a Premier League 2 match, renowned for over 2.5 goals. And also, over 2.5 goals was 1.38 odds. So that suggests have a punt in the first half goals market. I think I did first half goals 1.5 as well. So what we had here, I believe, or I'm getting it mixed up with Celtic, we had a £20 profit on over and under 1.5 goals. That, well, it's a £23 profit, but that covers this stake here to allow you the option of going in for the big win. I think I got this right. I did take screenshots yesterday. Let's have a look. This is the match I'm referring to. Yes, it is the Everton match, indeed. So that's the 2.5 goals. That was a profit on 1.5 goals. Unbelievable. You could back 1.5 goals at over evens in this particular match. Renowned for goals. So once that comes in, you've got £23.52 guaranteed. Why not sit back, unless you want to take £33 green screen here to compound that. Or what this gives you the opportunity to do is, you've got 23 in the bag, your stake here is 20, it's a risk-free bet on £80.36. It's a nice position to be in, isn't it? So something to think about with these 1.5 and 2.5 goals in the first half market. This is another reason to attend the live chat webinars. We try out different trading ideas. Some of them will stick. Some of them will make long-term cash. It's up to us to just try it out. Don't be afraid. Try out these markets. As you can see, first half goals is very appealing in the right conditions. Don't forget the Hoff yesterday. Again, another strong call. So we'll have a look at a few of these. Brighton and Nottingham, profit. Man City late equaliser. Now, looking back on this, you should have been laying Arsenal 90th minute onwards. I went for the match odds because Man City +1 was too short and the red card was keeping the price down. So you had to go match odds. Would have made a marginal loss on the draw at 2-2, but real delay react traders, you'd be laying that draw in and around extra time. Sorry, laying Arsenal in and around extra time. Monaco Le Havre, no problem, but Le Havre did equalise. Bayer Leverkusen, very, very late winner. Absolutely spot on with this match. Loads of money to be made. Over 2.5 goals, first half goal market. I didn't take any screenshots of this, but if you look, you go to the first half goals market again. You're in 32 minutes. Unbelievable stuff. We've also got a lead from Wolfsburg, which you take on second half with confidence. And then we've got a 3-3, which you take on late on with a degree of confidence. That's just what Bayer Leverkusen do. An absolute goal fest. Well done to St. Pauli, keeping Leipzig quiet. A couple of 0-0s this season now from Leipzig. Roma and Udinese, that's the one way to end Udinese's draws. Inter Milan did equalise. So that was a trading angle here. Don't forget, it is a derby-style match done by a late winner for Gabler. He could have laid the draw late on, but that was the trading angle here, from there to there. And given the fact that it was a derby-style match, you get out. Easy as you like here, but a bit of a underperformance from Feyenoord. Quite simply, down to playing Europe midweek. PSV took a while to get going as well. But they did. Eventually, 68th and 72nd minute. Atletico Bilbao decided to follow Barcelona. Absolutely emphatic stuff. Was waiting for a Villarreal lead, but never saw it. Could have had it in the 8th minute. Lewandowski again, having a rare old start to the season. Could have scored a hat-trick. They are the best side in Spain this season so far. Atletico Madrid, Rayo Vallecano. Did Rayo Vallecano score first? Indeed they did. And that was your angle in there. And sometimes, when you're feeling a little frivolous, up your stakes. Up your stakes, up your rewards. 199.92 on Atletico Madrid +1. Of course, that was covered by insurance. So a bit risky, but a great reward. And that was pretty much the story of yesterday, where you took your risks, you got your rewards. Sorry, cat disturbing me again. 1.18, 0-3, 1-3, any other away score. Easy as you like for PSV. I did put forward the lay the draw for you. Hope you got on that nice and quick. So good day really yesterday. Genk, well, I wanted to take on Genk's lead, but as long as the liability's low, and Dender looking to be found out early on. Club Brugge and Ghent, we were very close here to getting something from Club Brugge. When they got the 2-4 with 20 minutes to go, you'd think 3-4, 4-4, but 'twas not to be. An absolute shock result, this one. I'm still in a state of shock over it because it was one-way traffic from Club Brugge, 1.44 at home, 27 goal attempts, and it was a losing play. You're going to get one or two of these where you can't avoid the loss. 1.44, 27 goal attempts, yet losing comfortably. And I thought this was a good trading match. The second goal, an own goal, fair enough, not deserved. But old Gandalf turning up from Lord of the Rings to get the 2 goals, second half for Ghent. Chinese Super League, we did get the 2-2, Zhejiang Professional, but again, it's another one for the live chat webinar. Too illiquid, the market's there to really have a practical play. So all in all, it was an enjoyable evening or day. Don't forget Odense. This was first half goals, over 2.5 goals. Look at that. Unbelievable. The Premier League 2. So we might have a strategy with Premier League 2. Maybe check out the over 2.5 goal odds. And if they're ultra short, first half goals 1.5, first half goals 2.5, could possibly help there. Ulm and Regensburg. Well, in the live chat webinar, we did possibly take on these two newly promoted sides, but this is a gentle reminder to you that newly promoted sides playing sides for the first time could find them to their liking. The best angle to have got involved here, at least to keep your liability low, and always have that in the back of your mind. How can I limit my risk? Best way to get involved would have been at these score lines on the 70th minute mark, because both Ulm and Preußen Munster have tended to collapse late on, these newly promoted sides, but not so on this occasion. So keep your liability low. Would have been a 70th minute play with both of these. Norway, not much doing yesterday. Emphatic stuff. Bodo Glimt 2.4 the favourite. I did encourage you to back them at 95s at half time, and you did get a bit of fun with a single goal here to make it 3-1. But it was a bit of an illiquid market, and it was on suspend for a large proportion of the match. Sporting Lisbon 3-0, 3-0, 3-1. Any other home score, goal before half time, you know the drill. Harder, harder, harder. Great name for a footballer. Harder, harder, harder. They'll have some fun with that if he transfers to the English leagues. Be taking the mickey out of his surname. Wonder if he's the first Portuguese porn star footballer. Mr. Harder, harder, harder. So all in all, a profitable day, I hope. Young boys turning up as well. Besiktas getting a late winner against Diopspor. I think I was asleep by then. Ciro Immobile, that is a big name, isn't it? To have in your team in Turkey. Ciro Immobile, a late penalty. Diopspor, Turkish Yorkshireman, will be delighted with that. Half-time crumpets and Hovis tea cake and Tetley tea bags at half-time. And Alan Titchmarsh do a spot of gardening. Jeffrey Boycott with the motivated team talk for Diopspor. Fantastic talk spot. Akbaba, fresh from his cup of Tetley's tea, getting the penalty to make it 1-1. Good result. It would have been a good result, that 1-1. On to today, and it's a Monday coupon, let's call it that. Oh, Perry Como, newly promoted and gettable if scoring first. Atalanta should eye this as 3 points against newly promoted. Real Betis have impressed this season. Mallorca do their better work at home, where they are very, very defensive at home. You're going to probably see from Mallorca a defensive lineup, which will keep Betis quiet for quite a while, I would suspect. Let's do our shortlist then. Work our way through the coupon. Atalanta certainly, because of Como. Not too sure about Betis and Mallorca. This is just my personal opinion. Pick out matches that I find comfortable in reading myself, and we'll see whether that translates in play. Fredericia should be full of goals. Not favourite today against Hillerod. I don't know where Hillerod are. First or second, maybe? No, they're not even up here. So why on earth are they favourite? 10th in the league. Probably not going to be shortlisting this one, though. Copenhagen, very reliable indeed. English League 2. Fleetwood, very strong favourites against Old Eric. Bring me sunshine. Premier League 2. We've got strong favourites. And again, just a quick look at recent matches. Have they been full of 2.5 goals? Well, no, we had a 1-0 last time. But prior to that, over 2.5 goals. Over 2.5 goals. Could be a good opportunity there. Stoke and Arsenal, 1.43 away from home. 5-0 loss, 4-1 loss. So 2 over 2.5 goals there. And Arsenal over 2.5 goals in the last 5. So that one looks good as well, doesn't it? Wolves and Leeds. So the best way is if you can delay entry into the market. Maybe if you can get over 2.5 goals. I don't like this for Leeds. Far too many unders. We're all dependent on when the goals are scored. If they're scored first half, then they are profitable over 2.5 goal trades. And just the 1 goal. So I'm a bit less happy with Leeds'. Professional Development League as well, over 2.5 goals possible plays. We've had a couple of days where every single mention team in the Professional Development League on that day had over 2.5 goals. So watch out for that this afternoon. Could be something for me to experiment with in the first half goals markets. It looks like a quiet day today. So a good day to take a Monday off, as I usually do. Premier Division, 2.4 the favourite. Shamrock Rovers against Bohemians should be eyeing not to lose. And that's always a good trading angle as well. If you think a team won't lose, you can get your lay hat on for their opponents. Dutch Eerste Divisie, probably go on the back burner. Mulder, not favourite today. So that's not going to be on my shortlist. I've only got a couple of matches on the shortlist then, as you'll see. So that just suggests it's a tough to call day. Benfica, naturally picked. And Gothenburg, odds on at home, well worth following just to see whether that's accurate. We're going to do our research in play as well. Now we go to Sweden. Nothing much doing in the Super League and the Turkish One League. So looking at the starred matches, there aren't that many of them today, which suggests a tough coupon. Atalanta Como, the first one, looks readable enough. We move down. Copenhagen looks readable. Oh, I've just got rid of it. Damn. Copenhagen, starred, and old Tommy Fleetwood starred as well. So those would be. I like having a short list like this, to be honest. It just narrows your focus, and also you can start at probably 6 o'clock. We'll cover the vast majority of these kickoffs, but these are a bit earlier. And these are looking at 2.5 goals, these two leagues. You saw the Leeds one, too many under 2.5 goals for them. So only a smattering of matches of interest today. That's why Mondays is a good time to have a day off. We'll just have a look at Tuesday and Wednesday. I think maybe, is it Champions League time or not? Because certainly we had some Champions League fatigue this weekend. And trading this Sunday particularly would have really rewarded those who enter very, very late. Spanish La Liga, excellent to see that on a Tuesday. English League Cup, Man City, Watford, Coppa Italia. So no Champions League this particular weekend. Might be returning in October. We've got Europa League this weekend. So normally we have Champions League Tuesday, Wednesday, Europa League, Europa Conference League Thursday. But last week, 3 days of Champions League. So we've got Europa League on Wednesday. Any of these sides this weekend underperform? Because that would have been the reason. Bodo Glimt, you see, in Europe. Elfsborg only drew. Midtjylland, I think, were in a spot of bother. Hoth, usual cock-up. 20, pretty good. Man U, look good. And 26, maybe Europa Conference League and Europa League. So we're back to Europe this weekend, this week. And of course, you get the transition to league football. Plymouth are at home to Luton. You should be expecting a Luton favouritism here. If you look at the odds. Looks a really good Friday coupon, this, doesn't it? Paris Saint-Germain. Again, that just hints at upcoming Champions League football if they're playing on a Tuesday. Indeed. So beginning of October is the beginning of Champions League football. So this weekend upcoming, you're going to have to tread very warily from Friday onwards. There are going to be casualties. We had a whole raft of them last week. Lille, Dinamo Zagreb losing on the Friday. So we've got PSG. Keep an eye on them. Dortmund, pretty poor against Stuttgart. AC Milan, I think, involved in Europe as well. No coincidence. It's all on a Friday. Club Brugge, Sporting Lisbon. So Saturday and Sunday as well. Watch out for these teams. Let's see if this goes all the way up to a Thursday, the beginning of October. So we've got Champions League Day 2. Champions League Day 3 on a Thursday. No, it's transitioned back to the Europa League and Europa Conference League. So that's the traditional route. Tuesday and Wednesday is Champions League. Thursday is Europa League, Europa Conference League. So fascinating set of fixtures upcoming at the beginning of October. I don't know if there'll be an international break soon or if we've got proper football all the way through. Normally when you see lower tier leagues like this, it does suggest an international break, but I don't think there will be one. World friendlies, Vietnam against India. Copa del Rey again, that suggests an international break. Let's see if I'm right. Indeed, Nations League. So we're going to have a quiet period from October the 10th onwards. I tend to take these international breaks as a break myself to give me a chance to get some proper sleep and not stay up till 3, 4 a.m. each morning. So it's very nice to have this international break. And as you know, almost like derby-style matches are very hard to trade or read. You have to look at the odds and look at the FIFA rankings. That's me done for today. It's my day off today. But that's my short list. It's a very short list. And at the kick-off time for the Professional Development League would be 1 o'clock onwards. Strongly in-play stats based because look at that, 2.32. And we're expecting over 2.5 goals in these leagues. Okay. Fleetwood, well, do they deserve their odds on status? Odds on at home, I like that from a trading perspective as well. It infers readability. Have a great Monday. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. What kind of footy we got tomorrow? But we're back in Europe tomorrow, aren't we? Nope. We got a very strong La Liga. Real Madrid out. Sevilla, I would trust them with stolen money myself. So good to see Elite League football midweek. Have a great Monday. I'll see you again tomorrow.